If we manage to observe a particle of dust and imagine the microparticles living on one chosen grain, we can imagine the smallness of our existence in the immensity of space and time. And as fragile as we all are, as vulnerable as we all are, we're here to make the most of that brief blink of an eye. Hi everyone and welcome, I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be talking about the String Flow collection by Ben Osterhouse. The String Flow collection focuses on a technique that strings players use. The technique consists in rolling the bow across the strings, resulting in an energetic and chordal texture. In this video we'll be taking a look at the user interface and content of the library. We'll be listening to the voicings separately and also in a folk pop context and in a thematic context. I hope you'll enjoy this one. Let's check it out. You and I, a delicate rise, I'll never feel. Let's now check out the content and user interface of the String Flow collection. We've got three instruments: cello, viola and violin. In the cello folder, we've got a K5 and K6 instrument, basically for contact 5 or contact 6, depending on what you have. Then we've got a MIDI clips folder with progressions and single chords to get you going, get you inspired. And if we take a look at the user interface, it's basically the same for the cello, the viola and the violin. We've got a key switches on and off switch. If we set it on off, basically you'll have to play the chords yourself like this. And if you turn it on, basically if you play just one note, you play the chord as well. And if you play more than one note, you'll play multiple chords at the same time. We've got a retrigger knob here, 3 different reverbs, a dry and wet knob for the reverb. Then we've got 4 voicings, closed, open 7th and open 5th. So in the closed voicing, we've got 3 inversions, the root, the first and the second, same for the open voicing. And if we take a look at the key switches, here in pink, we've got basically, if you want to play, let's just play one note. So this is D minor. If we change the pink note, we'll basically play different chords. And same for the major scale. Right, and here in orange we've basically got the inversions, so you can change the inversions via the key switches. And here in blue we can change the voicings. So there's actually a much more detailed video about this that was made by Ben Osterhouse himself that I'll link in the description below. Okay, we're now going to listen to the different voicings, starting with the cello and the viola. You'll notice that when I'll be playing the viola, the 7th, I'll actually be playing accents as well when pressing a key a bit harder. So that's one feature of the library. Let's listen to it. Now we're going to listen to the voicings played with the violin, and you'll see the mod wheel changes that I've played here, actually going from the normal way of playing to sul ponticello. Let's listen to it. In this example, we'll be listening to the string flow in the context of a folk pop song. I've used the cello, violin, and another instance of the violin where I've used an auto pan that you'll hear during the song. Also on the cello, I've set it a bit to the left, and the drums are Stephen Slate drums, 5.5. The piano is the Baldwin Parlor Grand by Hall Sounds. Then the bass is a bass that I recorded, and so are the guitars. Let's listen to it. So now we're going to listen to a track where I've used string flow to inspire maybe a more intimate and indie film sound or mood at the beginning of the track, and then towards the middle and the end, something that's bigger and more orchestral. I've used for the bass Pigments by Arturia. The strings are Spitfire Studio Strings Professional. The horns is from the brass Spitfire Studio Brass library. Then the DX kick and snare come from samples from Mars, and then the Lin hats come from their Lin 60 library. Let's listen to it. So is this library a library that would fit in your already full hard drive? Well, it took me a tiny bit of time to find the right context where to use this collection of libraries, but I found it the most rewarding when letting the samples speak and actually stripping down the arrangement at first. And then when adding sounds on top of it, it really felt like these libraries were the backbone of the song. What I think is that this library would be useful to you if you're looking for something that's not quite perfect, that does have imperfections, that does have noise built into it. If I could suggest something that could be added to the library, I would say maybe an assignable volume knob that would allow for better, smoother volume transitions. And also maybe a dedicated effects section. I think that the library would really do well with delays and saturation and that kind of thing. But that being said, it's a tough call because it's always nice to work with a simple library. Another thing I need to mention is that there are a few tuning imperfections. It didn't prevent me from writing with it, but just know that it's there and that it's part of the library's sound. If you'd like to discuss alternatives and maybe other libraries that could complement this one, don't hesitate to comment in the comment section down below. Thank you very much guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe because there will be other videos made with this collection and with other Ben Osterhouse libraries as well. Thank you very much to Ben Osterhouse as well for his great work. I really am a fan of your work, so really love the libraries there, and can't wait to use them on more compositions. A very last thing is that all of you guys are welcome on this channel and always will be, except if you're disrespectful to each other, which I hope and I'm sure you won't be. So thank you very much again for following me, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks again, bye bye.